In a shocking and tragic case unfolding in the UK, a father, Simon Vickers, is standing trial for the alleged killing of his 14-year-old daughter, Scarlett. What initially seemed to be a playful interaction in the kitchen has now turned into a heartbreaking courtroom drama as details of the fatal incident continue to unfold. The incident. On July 5th of the previous year, emergency services were called to the Vickers home in Darlington after a distressing 999 call from Scarlett's mother, Sarah Hall. In a panicked voice, Sarah explained that they were just messing around and that her partner Simon had thrown something at Scarlett, not realizing the consequences of his actions. According to the police officers who arrived at the scene, both Simon and Sarah were covered in blood. They were found sitting together on the couch, visibly distressed and in shock. Simon allegedly told officers that the two were simply playing and throwing things while preparing dinner, unaware of how the situation escalated so quickly. However, when paramedics arrived, they discovered that Scarlett had suffered a fatal stab wound. The wound was deep, measuring a staggering 11 centimeters in her chest, which tragically resulted in her death after losing significant blood. Despite the initial claims of an accident, the severity of the injury raised serious doubts. The father's account, Simon Vickers, 50, told the police that Scarlett had jumped at him in a playful, wrestling manner during their game. He claimed that he had not realized he was holding a knife at the time, and that Scarlett was injured accidentally during their roughhousing. However, the prosecution argues otherwise. Mark Macon, the prosecutor, emphasized the depth and precision of the wound, which he claims could not have been caused by a playful throw. He argued that for the injury to have occurred the way it did, the knife must have been firmly in Simon's hand when it struck Scarlett. The court was told that the knife in question had been in the kitchen, and Simon had been using it earlier to prepare food. While Simon and Sarah had reportedly been drinking wine after a nice day watching football, they both insisted that they had no intention of harming their daughter. The evidence and courtroom drama. In the following days, the police gathered more evidence, including witness statements from neighbors and emergency responders. Scarlett's mother, Sarah, was the one who initially called for help, and she, too, shared her version of the events. According to Sarah, she had been slicing garlic bread when Simon unknowingly grabbed the knife from the counter. Sarah's statement raises a critical point. She emphasized that they had been in a good mood and not intending to fight. They were simply playing around. But tragically, this playful moment took a fatal turn. As the trial proceeds, the defense argues that this was a tragic accident that could have happened to anyone. They argue that Simon and Sarah deeply loved their daughter and that no harm was intended. Simon's defense lawyer, Nicholas Lumley KC, stressed that the incident was not intentional and that the sharpness of the knife and the suddenness of the event contributed to the catastrophic outcome. He further claimed that Simon would have to bear the moral responsibility of Scarlett's death for the rest of his life. The prosecution